What's up, everybody? I'm glad you came back. This is episode 3 with Lex Stone. This guy is incredible. Abs of steel, heart, all heart, such a nice guy. We actually met him during COVID working out at the 145th Park, and there's just something about him that's so charismatic and so genuine. We're like, we should interview him. He would be a great subject. So he came in, gave us the most amazing interview, and he talks about being a black man and being, you know, with the Black Lives Matter going on at that time, all the racism that he was experiencing. And it's just definitely educational. I think you should be there. And he's got great abs. I mean, what else could you ask for? So I'm gonna go right into it.
Got it.
You're speaking into the camera.
Mm-hmm.
What was or is the biggest struggle being you, being Lex, in 2020 or in your life, your biggest obstacle, the biggest thing you've overcome? And when you answer the question, start with, my biggest struggle is, so we know what you're talking about. You're not going to hear my question. So you're kind of,
I will have to say my biggest struggle is finding peace within myself, peace to accept the world for what it is and have the world accept me for who I am. That's my biggest struggle. It's an ongoing struggle. I think that we all struggle with different versions of what peace is, but for me, just peace to be one with the earth and the earth to be one with me, I think that is my biggest struggle.
Awesome. Second question, having these struggles or having this struggle throughout your life, what have you learned from that, and how did you manage to, or how are you managing to work through it or overcome it?
So how do you want me to lead with? Just like how I overcome?
Yeah, what gets me through?
Okay.
Something like that.
What gets me through my struggle with peace is being resilient. I know that each step in your life, you have to overcome the obstacles that you're faced with. And that is what continues to keep me going. Actually, I have to think about that. Can I do that again?
Yeah, you can do it as many times as you need to. Try to sit as still.
Sorry.
Like, no, you don't have to go up. So just the right arm is twitching a little. I know when I get nervous, I do that. I start looking at my lips when I'm nervous, when I'm being interviewed. So, okay.
I'm not. It's not that I'm nervous. I think I'm just used to moving when I'm talking. I don't think I'll never sit still.
You don't just sit completely still.
Yeah. The question was, how do you overcome?
Yeah. What have you?
Overcome. I guess being resilient. You're resilient in all you do.
Like, what have you learned from your struggle? How do you deal with overcoming your struggle? What are the steps? What do you do to overcome these
Okay.
things?
I guess I want to continue to expound on being. I don't want that to be just one short answer. And how did you want me to lead in one more time? Can you tell me how to lead in?
You can say, what got me through was,
okay.
Or
what gets me through the fight of being at peace is being resilient in everything that I do. I have to remind myself who I am and what I have to offer the world. And I think I know that is what carries me each step by step, day by day. In life, you're going to go through journeys, obstacles, and you're going to always experience this centrifugal force with peace and yourself with the world. But understanding who you are, that's going to help you prevail and be resilient and brave-hearted, and that's what helps me keep going.
That was perfect. And you can always, when you're asking questions like this, because we're editing, you can always take your time between the words. But you're doing great. Actually, you're doing really well.
You also have to catch me because I talk fast.
You're
anyway.
actually not that bad compared to us.
Yeah, I'm trying to yeah.
We both speak. Remember sometimes the interviews what'd you say?
Yeah, because I always have to say, calm down.
Too.
Yeah.
No, you're doing really
cool.
great.
Cool.
Last question. You kind of answered it. Maybe you could put it in a different way.
Yeah.
What advice would you give other people having the same issues? What advice would you give, the younger generation?
To the young, okay, all right. To the younger generation, or any generation, or any individual who is having the same struggles that I have, I ask you to look at yourself in the mirror and see who you are. You are a gift to the world, and you are a craftsmanship of art. And this art has to be seen, and this art has to be heard. And so understanding that is what's going to help you move forward. And it's not going to be solved in a day, because every day is a new journey trying to find your piece. Every year, every age, every decade. But understanding who you are, understanding the craft that you have to offer to the world will help you carry yourself through the highs and lows and ins and outs of trying to find your piece.
Right. Brian, come on this side. Let's say that. You want to stay? I just want you to see the shot.
Well, you look like a blonde, James.
People say that all the time.
Do you have any? Do you want to ask one more question? Just one more, not too many. Is there anything else that you want to?
Sure, I have one.
Go ahead.
So, as a black man, what do you think what is your advice, and what is something that you're doing right now to actually create the social change that is needed in our society nowadays?
As a black man, what I am doing to make change, see change, and be the change is using my voice and using my platform that I have to educate the people around me and the people that's closest to me. The good thing about social media, you have such a wide reach, so I can use my voice to touch the people that I can't physically touch, but people around me, I can continue to not only educate them, but to offer them as many things that I can in regards to who I am and what I know of the world. We are oppressed race, however, we are a tenacious race. And I think that when you understand that you are tenacious, you're a tenacious race, and you come from such greatness, you have to carry that on to the next black person who may not see that this yet. You have to show people the version of themselves. And I think that is what I can do, and I am doing to push the narrative forward. In addition to that, just being a champion of change. Change doesn't come overnight, but you have to continue to be resilient. The fight is never done. My ancestors fought, my grandfather's fought, my grandmother fought, my parents fought. Now it's up for me to continue to fight. So I fight with my voice, I fight with my platform, and I fight with my body, and I fight with my heart and my soul. And that is what I continue to do to change the stereotypes and the oppression and the hatred and the injustice that black men, black women, brown men, brown women face each and every day.
Praise be to you.
Was that good?
That was amazing.
Okay.
Give me goosebumps.
Oh, okay.
That was, of course, Brian, you're gonna go.
Okay. Which is good because the part of my piece,
documentary is about too.
because the part of my that's my piece. Being black. Half of that.
So is
Yeah.
there a way to fuse the being black and the peace now? Because we talked about peace, but we weren't talking about that. Maybe to fuse
Okay.
that.
Yeah, sure. How do we?
Just not like like one or
Just
two
talk
questions.
about it. That's basically it. Just that's a question. So,
Oh no, you go producer.
So how are you going to fuse the peace that you want and being a black man, especially nowadays?
I'm going to fuse it by again looking at myself in the mirror, understanding who I am. This face that I look at each and every day is a face that is made up of so much greatness that has come before me. And how dare I not expound upon that? How dare I not showcase this to the world? And how dare I not use my voice? And by doing those things is what's going to help me find my peace. As a black man, we were raised in a different world because society does not see the truth in us. But I know the truth that I have. And so by understanding that truth, that is how I continue to get to my peace. And by getting to my peace, that's how I get to extend my voice, not only to my voice for the people around me, but the people that are not closest to me. Each and every day, I'm going to get up and be a black man and continue to push the envelope, the narrative, and change each and every day. No?
I have one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So what is your message to the Black Lives Matter protesters?
How about
Let's do that. Oh,
to that, and what I like more, like that, yes, to young black men and brown men.
mm-hmm.
Since you're using your voice and your platform, and incorporate that with the Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, more personal. I don't want to get too political, but more just about him.
Okay. So
What is your personal message to the young men and women, like young person of color?
My message to the young men and women who are of the black and brown community is to keep going. Keep going. We've come from such an enriched culture and a race that it's inevitable not for us to keep going. And regardless of how you were raised, what you're exposed to, understand that you are a king, you are a queen, and you do matter. understand that what society cannot take your greatness because they just can't handle it. So you have to push that narrative forward, and you cannot let anyone take your greatness, your joy, your happiness, your peace, anything from you, because that is the gift that we have that they cannot get. And when they cannot get it, they cannot understand it. So therefore, there's a friction that we go through each and every day where there are societal norms trying to oppress the Black and brown community. However, the greatness that we have rises above that, because you cannot compress something that is great. And when, again, understanding that since you're great, the world can't take that. So they're not hating you because they hating the fact that what you have and they cannot have it. So you need to understand that you are a king, you are a queen, you do matter, and we're going to be the change, because without Black people, there is no America. Without Black people, there is no world. We are the essence, the fiber, the greatness that is woven in the country that we stand on today.
Thank you so much for being here. Please DM me on my Instagram, Brian Thomas Films, or you can subscribe, send me an email, get in touch with my agent. I don't have one anymore. Moving forward, I hope you're here next week. Ciao.